UFC Fight Night Saturday, April 15th, 2017. Johnson versus Reis from Kansas City, Missouri. And this is a matchup that was supposed to happen a minute ago. Reis, was it visa issues or was something like that? They couldn't fight. Reis has fought a few times, looked great in the
I think this was supposed to happen
octagon.
before the show thing happened. And then the show thing happened.
Yeah, but that's not
Tim
why
Elliott
they
at the
didn't
end.
fight.
No.
Yeah.
Like, this fight fell out, and then the show thing was like,
instead
okay,
of rebooking them, they're like, well, we've got this great idea for a show. Which I think Tim Elliott, I know, Tim Elliott's on this card, too. So you get to choose, Keith. As we make picks, we take turns. Picking. We start at the bottom of the card. Go on the way up. Well, assuming they all work out 13 fights, but yeah.
I'll go
Pretty
first.
decent card. I kind of gazed over it. All right. Alrighty, so starting off with the first UFC Fight Pass early prelim, Ashley Evans Smith versus Caitlin Vieira.
Both got good records. One looks a little more well-rounded. Still has no arms or legs, despite the picture saying
Vieira is 7-0. Evan Smith is 5-1. Evan Smith doesn't know submissions, apparently. She's never won by one. But she may be good at wrestling, which is why it's KOs and decisions.
That's why I'm going with Vieira on this one.
All right, moving on to the next fight on the Fight Pass prelims. Zach Cummings versus Nathan Coy.
Two older fighters. The Coy, who looks like he's 60 in the face, kind of looks like a little Eric Roberts.
Who's Eric Roberts?
Eric Roberts, Julia Roberts' brother, actor.
Oh, I mean, sure. I'm not
Have
familiar
no
with the family. No, I have no idea. I mean, I could see how he could look like Julia Roberts' brother, so that helps, I guess.
Well, you don't know who Eric Roberts is.
I mean, if I saw him, I'd probably know. Have you noticed I'm bad with names?
I have.
Yeah, so... anyway, so this is me. 20-5 for Zach, 15-6 for Nathan. Man. Shit. Fucking decisions all day for Coy. I'll go Zach Cummings. Sure, why not? Oh, why is that still there?
Whoa.
Sorry. Alrighty, so moving up next
Keep going.
is Aljamain Sterling versus Augusto Mendez. Aljo 12-2 from the U.S. of A. Mendez 6-1 from Brasilia.
Now, Sterling just fought recently, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And lost recently.
Well, he lost to
Give me a.
what's his face on the first fight.
I'm pretty sure he had just lost his last fight because he was way too tentative the entire time, and then turned it on way at the end.
I think his last fight was better. His first fight he was beat by Miesha Tate's boyfriend. The second fight he was winning. It was a close decision. Some people thought he should have got the decision.
Can we get a?
No, we don't do that for picks.
Damn it! I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was wanting that.
Yeah, I know. I could tell. That's why I was giving it to you how I'm pretty sure it is. So he looked better in the fight. He just got what some people say is a raw deal. He got a bad decision.
That being said, I'm
But,
still going
you know.
with Sterling on this one.
All right. I mean, he's ranked 8th. So he's done something in the OC. All right. So next up we have Andrew Sanchez, El Dirte Sanchez versus Anthony Smith, Lionheart. Seems like it's been a minute since we've seen both of these guys.
Yeah.
Anthony Smith, I remember them being very, very high on. I think maybe he won his first fight and then kind of looked like dog shit in his second fight. He kind of gives up, kind of like a Rumble in certain situations. But, you know, I'm going to go with Dirty Sanchez on this one.
Damn it.
Just because he's not, I've never seen him give up where I've seen Smith give up. I think, anyway. At least that's my memory of Smith's fights. I just remember commentators just being, such a good dick. And then Smith. They just, it's like, why, as he's like getting beat up, it's always weird when commentators start like, the guy's
real
like
high
getting
on the dude getting his ass beat.
he's down on his back in full guards, like, but he's so great. He's probably just ploying him into setting something
That's where he
up.
wants to be.
It's like, what the
He's
fuck
right
are
where
you
he
talking
wants
about?
to be. Getting punched in the face?
See the other guy who's winning, who's on top, punching him and controlling
It
position.
doesn't look like he where he wants to be.
It's so weird. It's not weird. It's just fucking annoying. Get it together, people. So the premiere, that was me? Yeah, okay.
That was you.
Next up, the premiere feature bout for the Fight Pass prelim: Devin Clark versus Jake Collier, the prototype. There's been a few prototypes, I think. It's not a very good nickname to have.
No.
Prototypes are very rough sketches, very far from a complete product. Versus Brown Bear. Devin Brown Bear Clark.
So, Collier is tall. There's like 3 inches on him. Got a couple inches, 3 inches reach also.
But does he fight good? I mean, tall guys, some of them don't don't use it.
That being said, I'm still going with Clark.
I'm good with that. Collier. Alrighty, so moving up to the Fox prelims. Fox Grande. Oh, they're both on Fox. So we have Luis Smolka versus Tim Elliott. Luis Smolka is a guy that people have been high on, and he hasn't been winning very good. Tim Elliott almost beat Demetrius Johnson. Like, almost beat him.
For really real.
Not just looked good in the fight. He almost beat him.
But he also had another shot in the UFC before and didn't look that great.
Yeah, sure. That happens.
Yeah.
Rumble.
Well, Rumble
had
still
issues.
looks great.
Yeah, but he left the UFC.
He did.
Came back and looked
He couldn't
amazing.
make weight.
And he looked amazing. I'm going Tim Elliott all day. All day, Tim Elliott. Luis Smolka, probably, I mean, he's probably not nearly, even though he has similar, not that many fewer fights. I think Tim Elliott's just way more experienced. And Tim Elliott has a crazy fucking style. He is like an awkward fucking style when he fights, which is enjoyable to watch. But yeah. He's got that, and he's got the tough magic now. Because some of those tough guys, they just, I mean, look at Masera. He ended up having another career after tough. It's a very short career, but he had one. So moving on to Rashid Magomedov versus Bobby Green, the king.
Bobby, I kick people in the dick green.
He should have been on the last card.
He really should have.
He would have fit in.
I watched a supercut once of Bobby Green dick kicks.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he likes that low inside or high inside kick.
He likes to kick people in the dick from the look of the video.
Hey, man. Works. Works.
Scary Russian guy versus Bobby Green. I think I'm going to go Bobby Green.
Dick kicker. All right. I'm good with Russian guy. Rashid Magomedov. Only 2 losses. Probably they're both in the UFC, I bet. He came in 12-0. Probably picked him on a previous fight, and that's where he got 19-1. All right, so moving on to the next fight. In the Fox prelims, Patrick Williams versus Tom DeQuesnoy.
DeQuesnoy, yeah, that's probably what it is.
I'm going with it. DeQuesnoy.
Good.
I'm surprised.
Good on you on that one, yeah.
Seize up. Kind of fall out of my mouth right. We got Shadow Man Tom, 14-1, versus Patrick Williams, 8-4.
This is you.
This is me. I gotta go DeQuesnoy.
Oh.
Just because he's got a better record. More experience. And they're both pretty well rounded though. I mean, and he has no reach, so that might be he'd be like Ant-Man. Which is good. Ant-Man would destroy.
Oh, you fucking
destroy
everyone up because he holds the density. I mean,
yeah. And which
doesn't make sense with the tank thing at the end. Because that would have been like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, there's holes in comic book movies.
Don't point. Shh.
Neil deGrasse Tyson isn't a huge fan of all of them for their science alone.
Shut your mouth.
All right. Cool. So going to the feature bout for the Fox prelims, coming back to the cage since probably kicking Big John.
Yes, this is his first fight since kicking Big John in the ass.
Big Country, Roy Nelson versus Alexander Volkov. Volkov is a tall motherfucker, by the way. I don't know if anybody noticed this. He's 80 inches tall versus 72 inches of Roy Nelson. This is yours?
Yep. And
I'm not happy with your pick.
This was the easy pick for me.
Yeah, it would have been. Well, not necessarily, but
Big Country's
yeah,
coming back from a long wait.
Yeah,
he's gonna kick this dude's ass, and then he's gonna retire.
Roy Nelson has,
and then
maybe,
he's gonna do
nice
some comedy and podcasting or whatever.
Sure, I'm good with that. Yeah, I mean he's knocked out tall dudes before.
He knocked out Stefan Struve.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't know if Volkov fights the same way Stefan Struve does, but. Be interesting to see.
6 motherfuckers have beat this guy, so...
Sure. 13 have beaten Roy, and this motherfucker's got a better record than Roy Nelson. So,
yeah.
so
fighting who?
I'm just saying. Well, Roy Nelson's just been beating up all the old men that are still in the UFC.
Roy's still been fighting the best of the best.
I'm saying, but this dude might have like 30 fights, 33 fights, but he still might be like 20 years old.
He could be.
Could be like a
gay guard, a giant Russian gay guard.
Exactly.
Where you somehow have 50 fights when you're 30.
Pretty fun feature bout
this,
for that, and a good fight for Roy to come back too.
I hope I like this.
Yeah, I mean heavyweight fights can turn boring pretty quick. Although Roy, even though he's gone 5 rounds, he still brings it. So moving on to the main card. Starting off with Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens. Who the fuck is that guy? Versus Hanato Moicano.
Moicano?
Sometimes the C's or S's.
Moicano.
Sure.
Renato Moicano.
Renato from Brazil versus Jeremy from the United States. Is this me?
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to go with Jeremy Stevens. I just think he just lost to Frankie Edgar, but Frankie Edgar is Frankie Edgar. And I don't know this Brazilian kid, but as far as experience goes, I'm sure he's great, but yeah. I think Stevens going to keep it up in his. That's a great fucking dude's taking on a top 5 ranked guy.
Yeah, and he
must be a late replacement.
Here's a fun one. Never knocked anyone out. He's either a decision or a submission in 10 or in 11 fights.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean that one may have been like a double knockout, and they're like, "Yeah, fuck it."
Dick kicks.
Neither of them woke up. Yeah, for sure, Stevens. But this could be where I learn about that guy. Like, oh, he destroyed Stevens. Remember, he retired after surgery. Ronaldo Souza versus Robert Whitaker or Hobart Whitaker. the Reaper versus the Jacare.
Easy decision for me.
Really?
All day, son.
All right. Jacare is an old man, so
I don't give a fuck what you, old man.
All right. Whitaker's beating people up. I mean, it's not a good fight for Souza.
It's not a good fight for Whitaker.
I'm saying for Souza in his career, this is not a good career fight when you want to try and get a belt.
It's the last fight on his contract.
Still, okay, he loses on his last fight of his contract to Whitaker. Okay, that's fine. You could get go to number 2. Go step down to number 2. That's where everybody goes to retired. Sure, they pay people for names. I don't know how big of a name Souza is compared to the other UFC guys, but yeah, I mean, he's towards the end of his career. He's not in his prime. He's older.
He's an older guy. Yeah, I get that.
Versus a younger
and
Whitaker.
I'm fine with that. He's
gonna
fuck Whitaker
I'm
up.
pretty fine with. I don't know about that. We'll see. I'd love to see Jacare versus Yoel should happen. Yeah, it's just stupid fucking gimmicky bullshit these fighters have. At least better than a stupid grin.
He's been doing that shit since Strikeforce.
I don't care how long they've been doing it. Doesn't mean it's good. He's been doing it since he's a baby. Well, tell fucking the dude to stop grinning like a retard because he looks stupid. And he's getting old and he's losing. Verdum. Stupid gimmicky bullshit. So next up, this is the co-main event. Rose Namajunas versus Michelle Waterson.
This is you.
This is me. I'm going with Rose on this one.
I'm all right with
Even
that.
though, I mean, she's been fighting higher level competition, even though she hasn't been fighting as long. And Michelle's looked good. I mean, she beat Paige, but Paige is fucking green as shit. Yeah. So I'm going Rose. Should be a good fight, though. They're both fun fighters to watch. And Rose has a kind of a unique style. All right, so moving on to the main event. Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson versus Wilson Hayes. Mighty Mouse, I think if he wins this, he ties Anderson Silva for the most title defenses against...
Wilson's a tough dude. Like he's no
Johnson
joke.
can lose.
He could.
He almost lost. He's not indestructible.
He has almost lost.
Wilson Hayes looked great. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
But
if he gets
either way, you can't pick against Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
Best pound for pound in the game.
I don't know if it was Mighty Mouse versus
Cody.
No, versus fucking a rematch with Tim Elliott. It might go a different way.
Could.
It's not like, yeah. So those are our picks. I think that's what's going to be the fight of the night.
All right. Yeah. We
in case it goes to a tie, which could easily happen.
For you?
For a zillion. No, you picked first.
All right.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You can only pick from yours. I mean,
I'm for sure going Johnson Hayes.
Okay. For sure. Shoot. I'm going to go Waterson Namajunas. I go with that. I don't think Johnson Hayes is going to be fight of the night. Does Demetrius Johnson... I mean, he gets performances probably. But it's not like he's usually... That would be... Wilson Hayes would need to... He'd have to be as good as Tim Elliott. All right. So starting from the bottom...
I got Vieira.
I got Cummings.
I got Sterling.
I got Sanchez.
I got Clark.
I got Elliott.
I got Green.
I got... Can't read it right now. DeQuesnoy.
You had it better the first time, but yeah. I got Nelson.
I blame your writing. I got Stevens.
I got Souza.
I got Namajunas.
And I got DC. Or DJ. Shit.
Oh, wow. What a fan you are, huh?
Damn it.
Wow. Calling him a cheater? At least, as far as respectable fighters, this dude's respectable, even though he's not popular amongst the casual fan base.
I hate that term. He's popular among people that really like fights, so fuck that. Like,
as far as like, even for me, even for us, he's not like he's not he doesn't give me why. How much competition until Tim Elliott? The only time we've seen really
so you don't want to see a dominant champion.
I want to see fights that are fun.
He has fun fights. I get
they're not really fun because he has the people that he fights generally they look horrible against him.
That's because he's that great. Good.
I get it, but that doesn't. I'm not excited to like. Oh, I want to watch.
I mean, I want to watch
that's Demetrius Johnson.
Everyone has their
be
fucking
effortless.
Preferences.
Like John Jones has fun fights, and he's dominant.
Yeah,
I'd rather watch fun fights. It's just like I think it's more his competition. It's been like most of his defenses are like rematch over rematch because there's just nobody.
Yeah, but he's been, the rematch is like 3 years later because they have to work their way back up.
Well, because there's nothing in the division. It's like the heavyweight, where it's just like, well, they all fight each other because there's no dominant heavyweight ever. Because it's ridiculous.
Now we lost one of our few great light heavyweights. So now that division.
Well, that division was already
slimmer.
Dog shit, and then they got rid of Bellator.
DC's gonna go soon.
Yeah,
Shogun's gonna go soon.
They're all. John Jones is probably not gonna be sticking around. I mean, what kind? Then John Jones, like all the other, and he's left because he's young.
Yeah.
He's gonna destroy everybody in 205. There's nobody in the lower rankings in 205. I mean, the only people that can even compete with him, are Gustafsson that we've even seen is Gustafsson,
and who knows where his head's at,
and Cormier. Yeah, it's exactly. So it's like that. He could be he could be way more dominant than Johnson because he could just fight a bunch of people that are just
Jimmy
not even.
Manuwa's got a puncher's chance, but
people have chances, but nobody's even rocked Jones. Like Rumble would have had a chance. I mean, Manuwa, I guess, has Rumble kind of power.
But also Rumble knocked Manuwa the fuck out. So
yeah, exactly. But anyway,
boy, this was a long one.
Was it?
We talked a lot about what?
Well, there's stuff to talk about. We talked about 2 fights. Just an hour. Which is standard.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was longer.
No. Well, it's average. So good job. So that's it. That's the fight coming up. UFC Fight
champ.
Night. Oh, dude. Like at least that was a close fight. It's always disappointing, which we both had recently. Just slaughter fucks.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see where it goes next week. But I intend on not wearing this hat and not even being close to like wearing this hat. Not even close.
I don't know.
I think it's going to be DJ's going to lose. It's going to be crazy. Nama Yunus is going to fucking I think she might accidentally kill Watterson, but that's just because the ref waited too long to stop the choke. Whitaker, Souza's going to fall apart on his own.
I might sweep that whole thing. This might be the first fucking shutout.
Sure. Yeah. That's out of all the cards, potentially, this is not one of them. Not at all. But I love your fake confidence.